one of the greatest basketball coaches in Seton Hall history and former head coach of the Golden State Warriors, P.J. Carlesimo.
Governor Byrne, Reverend clergy, Hall of Fame honorees, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I memorized that. I'm going to read the rest of my remarks. I'm sorry, I lost my place. I was surprised when Rob Wexler called me to help induct Bob Hurley. I was surprised because I didn't know Rob Wexler. Didn't really want to know Bob Wexler. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet him, I'm even more disappointed. I go back a little ways with Bob Hurley. My family moved to New Jersey in 1968. I graduated from Fordham in '71. Met Bob and Chris and Danny, Melissa and Bobby, and got me on a geographic journey through White Eagle Hall, Dickinson High School, St. Peter's, the Jersey City Armory, the Golden Door now. 40 years. And I'm supposed to only talk a minute. I'm going to do about 25. So the journey's been an amazing journey. And the thing that I think is important to note, I watched a lot of the vignettes and watched a lot of the past inductions. Bob Hurley has never left the state of New Jersey. Born here, raised here, tons of opportunities to go other places. And he chose always to stay here, which I think is an amazing stat. Athletics is a numbers game. 40 years, Bob Hurley is a basketball coach. Over 1,000 wins, 27 state championships, 12 Tournament of Champions titles, 4 national championships, #1 ranking in the country, 3 times National Coach of the Year, and culminated in 2010 with his induction into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. But the thing that I think is more important than the numbers, and Mike Kay said it very, very well, over 100 Division I scholarships for guys that have played for Bobby. It's not the wins, it's not the championships, it's the lives that have been impacted by this man, and not just the people who were privileged to play at St. Anthony's High School. All the times I sat in White Eagle Hall, and I'm sure none of you know or probably care about White Eagle Hall, but the kids, before they could practice at White Eagle, had to take down the bingo tables and the chairs, clean the floor, and then they could practice. And it was a great gym. Like, you could run up the wall and dunk it if the baskets were there. It was about 30 feet from one end to the other. And all the players from the other high schools in the area would always come down here to play, not just because of the competition, because Bob can't watch for more than 30 seconds without coaching, so he would coach them. And so many other people that had the opportunity to listen to Bob. Jack McCallum, the great Sports Illustrated writer, called it a benevolent dictatorship, referred to Bob as a maniac, which some people would think is harsh, but if you know Bob, it's not. There's a lot of truth to it also. To all the people that Bob's come into contact with over the years, he was a teacher, he was a father figure, an advisor, a mentor, and a friend. Robert Matthew Hurley attended St. Paul's Grammar School, Jersey City, St. Peter's Prep in Jersey City, and St. Peter's College. And this was a very convenient arrangement for Bob, since they used the same textbooks in all 3 of those institutions. A critical part of the stated mission of the New Jersey Hall of Fame is to present significant and powerful role models who reinforce the mission to children that they can and should strive for excellence in any endeavor of their choosing. Again, watching those vignettes, Jack Nicholson, Bruce Springsteen spoke very eloquently in their acceptance speeches about how much New Jersey has meant to them. I don't know if any other member of the New Jersey Hall of Fame has ever meant more to New Jersey than Bob Hurley. It is with great pride that I present for induction into the New Jersey Hall of Fame, Coach Bob Hurley.
First of all, I want to thank PJ for that stand-up practice that he just went through. He's got a gig later in the week, and he just wanted to try some new material tonight. I want to thank the Hall of Fame. First of all, I want to thank PJ for coming cross-country just to do this tonight. The Hall of Fame and the inductees for this class, 2012, I'm honored to be a part of it. I've been here the last 2 years in the audience and was just so excited to come and watch it and to be a part of it right now. It's just a wonderful thing. The problem here is that I have to thank some people, and I'm 64 years old. So if you need to get to the bathroom, raise your hand, and let's get moving here. All right, I was previously fortunate enough to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and I forgot to acknowledge my parents. Okay, so right now, before I do anything else, my mom and dad were responsible. They allowed me to play ball as much as I wanted, as long as I kept my grades up. And when I turned 16, I started to work. I saw one of them always in my house, and one was always working. They valued education. My two brothers, my sister, myself were all college graduates. Neither one had gone to college, but they wanted that for their family. And I learned the sense of family from my dad, who was a Jersey City cop, and my mom, who was a nurse. So now that I've done that, anything else I screw up, I don't care. I got my parents in tonight. Now next, and certainly most important to me right now, is my wife, Chris. If you want to know, bad decisions in life, I was playing basketball up in the playground in Jersey City, and through a friend of hers and a friend of mine, we met one night after I had finished playing ball, sweaty with a soda in my hand, and that was the beginning, I guess, of love at first sight. This poor woman who knew nothing about basketball now watches the NBA playoff games and criticizes substitution patterns. And I'll tell you a story which shows how, in addition to having been a wonderful wife and mother, about 25 years ago, my manager, after we played our first game of the season, the second game, we had different numbers of our away uniforms versus the home. And when we went to our away game, every player on my team had the wrong number in the book, which meant there was a technical foul for every kid that was going to play. And every single kid played in the game. So after like 14 stoppages of play, Mrs. Hurley come over and removed the child of his scorekeeping duties. And 25 years have gone by now, and she still remains our scorekeeper. My three children are here today. My three children are here, Bobby, who is my oldest, Danny, and my daughter, Melissa. Two of them are in the family business now. Two of them are coaching at the college level. My daughter Melissa is in charge of the quality of Facebook for all my friends, all my teen players. So if anybody has anything up on Facebook, my daughter friends them, and she's the director of content for all of them right now. And they're thrilled with that. But I want to tell you something, how much impact you can have with young people. I have a young man who we expect to be drafted on June 28th. And he shut down his Facebook about 4 weeks ago, after we decided, we finally got him convinced that it was going to be something that could only hurt him if he, put anything stupid up or said anything stupid over the course of that time. Being 22, that was probably going to happen, so he shut it down. My playing began in St. Paul's Grammar School in 1961. Charlie Shaughnessy was my coach, first coach I ever had. He told me if I want to make the freshman team in high school, I better spend the whole summer working on my left hand. I did. Charlie's up in heaven right now. Thank you, Charlie. He was the first person who made me realize that coaches have impact. I went to high school, played for Jerry Halligan at St. Peter's Prep, and I went to St. Peter's College and played for Joe Palermo. While I was playing at St. Peter's College, I got a phone call one night from the fireman who was the 8th grade coach at St. Paul's, George Newcomb. And George asked when he was in the firehouse, couldn't go to practice, could I run up to the gym because they needed an adult? And I guess it was slim pickings at Greenville at the time because I was 18 years old. The custodian let me sit there, and the first day I went there, my brother Brian and the rest of them really weren't doing anything. So I started conducting practice, and that was the beginning of the end for the academic part of my life and the early start into coaching. Tonight, after 40 years of coaching at St. Anthony's, I'd like to thank all the friends, all the people from Jersey City who are here tonight. I'm very happy that this has happened, and I'm thrilled to share it with you all. The staff at my school, we care about the kids that we have. This particular award is, I'm taking this with thinking about Sister Allen from our school, who monitored our kids for the longest time academically and athletically. We lost her far too early. The assistant coaches over the years who have been so dedicated, and I have one here tonight who not only played for me, he's been with me now for over 12 years, Ben Gamble. I'd like to acknowledge Ben. In the world of Catholic education right now, schools are closing all around us. The last 6 years, a school that we played has closed at the end of the year. We have a board of trustees. Many of them are here tonight. I want to thank them for caring about the kids and keeping us going right now. Lastly, certainly the most important people, I have a bunch of former players here. I have a couple of, my manager from this past year is here, and I've learned more from the kids I've coached than I think I've been able to give them. I have been so motivated by kids who've defied the odds, graduated from college, first members of their family. They fought all kinds of things that happen in the urban areas, and their experience have made me a better person, made me more motivated, and made me want to stay. Finally, for all the high school coaches in the state of New Jersey, for my family, for my school, for the city of Jersey City, and our mayor, Jeremiah Healy, I want to thank the Hall of Fame for including me with all the celebrities in the state and giving Jersey City a night that's a terrific night. Thank you very much.